Everything's plugged in, bro.
Okay.
Check this. This is the. Check under here. Make sure what's going on. Check, see which cable I'm doing. See it? It's gotta be this one, check. Right here, these going. There it is. Somebody feel that? Is that coming? Is it plugged in? Up here? So it's one of these? Which one? It's that one. Didn't like it. Well. Now those haven't been moved. I'll tell you what we can do. Here. Let's try this one. That freaking thing is old.
You live now?
So it worked when it plugged. It could be just quirky.
We don't even have a wait screen.
Well, I didn't really go live.
We're
Oh my God.
exactly. Oh man, we got some echo.
Okay. I know what it is.
Oh, man, we're so professional.
What in the war? What happened?
I say end it.
Hey, we'll be right back with you.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Taylor, Arkansas. Welcome to Small Town Famous, where we run, what would you say, Brent? The most what?
Unorganized.
Oh, my God.
What are you doing?
I am trying to, diamond is what I'm trying to do. See, we got Brent here. Brent, and of course, I'm Chase Emerson, and alongside me is Alan, my lovely lady lumps, Nolte, right there. And I still don't even have the mic. There it is, right there. How about that? Look, I'm in control.
Chase is running our stream.
Everything is mislabeled. Everything is out of whack. Brent,
but yeah,
tell
I
us
know.
what you're
But
thinking.
I know how to do it. So
Well,
yeah,
there's two license plates behind us holding up a light.
that's that's high tech. That's called a barn door.
That's right.
No, but we do have a special guest.
Industry.
We do have a special guest with us, Brent Mchenry. You have seen his wonderful ad. He's one of our great sponsors of this show, and he's also he's kind of a one-stop shop for everything.
I think he's a world champion chess players too.
He might be.
He never
He
talks
is,
about that.
Brent, I do have a question because you and Alan both kind of run this gamut here. You've been in real estate for how long?
Right at 2 years. It'll be 2 years in October.
Right at 2 years. And so you know a thing or two about investments. And so I was going to ask, do you consider a mattress an investment? Because, you know, if you go to a mattress store, they're going to say, this is an investment. You spend a third of your life sleeping. So this is an investment. But you think about an investment here. When you invest in something, you kind of expect a return or a, increase in value. Have you ever heard of a mattress increasing in value? And I'm just throwing that out there. You say it's an investment, although there is no return on this. Because I don't know if you flipped a few houses, but I'm thinking there may be money in flipping mattresses.
You would be surprised at the number of mattresses that have been left in houses that we sell.
Yeah.
You would be surprised.
Did you happen to clean out a hotel down on Texas Avenue? I mean, on Texas Street, when that hotel shut down?
Well, I'm just thinking because every time
Those
you go
were
into
incinerated.
every time you go into a mattress store, they say, this is top of the line. Look at the legs come up, the top comes up. You're going to sleep like a baby. And then you go, so I'm going to wake up every 2 hours and wet myself?
That's what I was going to wake up screaming, asking for my mama. That sounds right. I don't know. You know what? So there's a Sleep Number, and everybody just swears by it. And obviously, we wouldn't be a sponsor if we didn't use it. But then there's also Casper, which is also a sponsor.
They're going to have to duke it out.
So we put our Sleep Number bed. We put our Casper down and put our Sleep Number on top of it.
Oh, yeah. Get that extra.
Well, no, so the ceiling fan can just be right on us.
Yeah, it's right on you.
I want to know about the real estate game. I'm a financial wizard.
So 2
real
years,
estate's not my thing.
2 years in real estate.
2 years for me. Yeah,
Before that, you were traveling. Where, did you go to SAU? Where'd you go?
So originally from El Dorado.
What'd you major in?
Majored in ag business.
Okay.
Makes sense.
All right. See, I don't want to brag.
Yeah.
But I hate you didn't go the history route. History degree. Well, listen, a history degree doesn't guarantee you the job, but it does make you unhireable. Now, I will say.
Gotcha.
I hate that you didn't look that route.
So started off in accounting. Realized real quick that I'm not meant to sit behind a desk and crunch numbers all day long.
Not everybody can do it.
That's right. Not everybody can do it. Not everybody can do it.
I don't.
And so eventually, I don't know. This is basically how it worked out. I was one of those 6-year students, and
so you're a doctor.
oh no, doctored in something, but we're not going to say
I
what.
was not aware we were in such presence of Dr. McHenry.
So I got to my 5th year, went to my advisor and said, "Hey, Dr. Lampkin, I'm ready to get out. What do I do?"
Put him on blast.
Man, on blast.
He hates our show.
Shout
He
out
hates our
Dr.
show.
He called in one time.
We'll never sell
my
another house.
gosh.
Not from him.
And said, "Hey,
You have iPhone?
what do I need to do to get out of here the quickest I can?" And it was ag business. So that's how I got my degree.
So you got into sales, and then what sparked it where you went, I'm going to sell some houses?
So the previous job I had, I was actually went to work for a poultry company for 5 years right out of college. and loved it. Great job. The place I was working at eventually shut down.
So this was when, because he told us before when he worked at the poultry company that, dude, this happened last time. One day Alan's going to join in on a show and it's going to be amazing.
License plate is falling.
Now this is when you started. This is when you rang chickens' necks for a living.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't let them lie to you. Those beautifully soft hands have rang thousands of chicken necks.
That's right.
Was that back when they still candled eggs?
Can nobody hear him?
They did. They used to
Man,
candle eggs.
This is what throws the entire show when he goes behind the scenes. Is like, yeah, I'm gonna talk normal because the mics are.
But it was a great job. Led a lot of good people. And then from there, like I said, the plant that I was working at shut down. Went to work at a local steel mill here that's based out of Texas. They have a mill here, and had worked there for 11 years. Had 9 good years, and nice. But no, it was good. It was good. Met a lot of good people. Made a lot of good friends. And my father-in-law has been in real estate for 20 years now, just over 20 years, and. You know,
he was trying to push you that direction.
Well, we had talked about it a few times.
Okay.
And Courtney, my wife, she still does real estate, but she was doing it part time. Mm-hmm. Well, does it part time now also, but she'd been doing it for about a year and a half, and you just fell into it.
All right, weirdest thing you've ever walked in, to a house, and
one thing I was gonna say was, don't ask me that Jordan question of what was whatever he asked BJ that time.
I would say something, or just
yeah.
Well, just something that really made you question everything, possibly life itself, when you walked into a house. Because every realtor has something that they've experienced.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. I can't pinpoint down to one thing. There's been several.
Well, you not only do you get into the real estate game, he's also very knowledgeable in the sports realm. I'm not saying he's head hunting for froze, the fro down spot, but you do coach.
I do. Of course, coach both the girls. Got 2 girls. Coach them all the way coming up through softball, basketball, and I have helped.
Now, in Doughtown, did you? Not Waldo, but El Dorado. What sports were you involved in? Were you
football, basketball, and baseball?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you
have to realize I was at El Dorado, but I went to a small Christian private school where I graduated with a total of 18.
Hey, that's almost double what I had.
Yeah.
I started out with 100, but incarceration rate was insane in my class.
Yeah.
But no, I was going to ask. You coach. You work with the kids now, and you coach. Have you seen like a generational gap where you just like, I don't know what you're even saying anymore? What do you what are you running?
I can get down on their level. I'm
totally down with the lingo. If you know what I mean.
There's. I'm probably going to get in trouble for this, but this generation is soft from what I'm used to going through. It is.
All right, so I need an example of this. Is why do you think it's
it's just from the running standpoint, the tenderheartedness, or you can't get on them too hard. Well, when I was there, it was
beatings every day.
We made it to school at 5:30 in the morning.
They get you in like the gym showers and pop you with a towel and go, stop it.
Yeah, I had a coach, and he yelled at us. He yelled at us. But I'll tell you this, I ended up best coach I ever had.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's just different now. I don't really know how to explain it.
Well, it's one of those things. I was gonna you help with softball potentially. I mean, you do some grunt work, I guess.
Yeah. We've been Courtney, my wife.
Yeah, she's the new softball coach at Taylor and the volleyball coach.
She is excited.
And let me tell you, if you didn't know, volleyball was no such thing at Taylor until a year and a half. Last year. And now that they've actually started a program out of thin air, they're doing quite well.
They have. It's been fun for her, and I don't want to steal her thunder, but she's been
here to climb it.
That's right. She's been here to start the program from scratch. So she's able to, as far as what kind of uniform she wants. Just build it from scratch and build that culture that she wants to have. And the girls have they have responded to her so good. Really a whole lot better than what she thought they would have.
Yeah.
It's been good. It's been good. And now she's really excited about softball, of course. Everybody knows Taylor's got a long history of success
in baseball and softball.
So.
But for a year and a half, undefeated in volleyball.
But undefeated in volleyball since the beginning.
Year and a half.
Now, I just wanted to say, if you've had some trouble, like I volunteered, I don't know why. I don't know if I was volunteered, but my kids were part of a T-ball team. Boys and girls play T-ball, and I was like, yeah, I can teach these little girls on this dance team to hit a ball off the tee. Yeah. That was the hardest experience I've ever had in my entire life. Like, I didn't think it was anything too crazy, but until one kid threw herself out at first base, and you kind of, Amy told me, she's like, do you not remember you throwing your hat in the ground and kind of just walking off? I was like, no, I don't remember that.
I've been there, done that. Yeah.
All these kids are like 4 and 5 years old, and you want to hold your tongue.
You do.
You go, you're doing. Yeah. I mean, we had 8 games or so, and we went defeated the whole season. So it was fun. So, I mean, how do you transition from the different sports going in there? Because it's a small school, so all the kids are doing all this different stuff.
So it's a good thing, and it's kind of a hard thing. So you've got a smaller pool to pull from, smaller kids, to pull that group from. But the thing that I've seen about it is those girls, which I haven't had the opportunity to work with the boys, the guys' side, just the girls' side, and they're close. They're a good, close knit group of kids. And and so they go from volleyball to basketball to softball, and for the most part, all those girls play all of those sports. You've got a few exceptions where maybe some want to specialize in a certain sport, but for the most part, and it's a good atmosphere. It really is.
And I also hear, is this true, that when you're coaching boys versus girls, a lot of people say that the girls are a lot easier to coach, a lot easier to work with.
I've always heard that, but like I said, I never ever had the opportunity to coach with the guys, but I've always heard that. Yeah. I'll say this: they are very receptive to what you have to say. All but the Nolte girls. Other than that, they're pretty good.
She's terrible.
Oh man! So, were you joining us today, or were we just gonna go ahead and? Yeah. Okay. All right. This is. Well, man, I'm glad you're here to hang out with the guests tonight. I mean, it's one.
We've been doing a good job. He's doing a good job. He's talking. Here's the issue.
What kind of pets do you have?
I've got a dog.
You don't have a cat? Have you ever paid for a cat?
No.
No.
I do tell you a story about a cat I had one time, though. Had a cat. We moved, I want to say about 3 miles from, we've been at the house now for about 5 years. Moved there 5 years ago. Brought the cat with us. 3 months later, cat's gone. It leaves. I'm like, okay, it's an outside cat,
He's fine.
That's fine.
He'll be fine somewhere.
Y'all pray for it. No.
Exactly 1 year, within a month to the year, the cat shows back up at our other house, which is 3 miles away.
A year? Not a joke. How long later?
About a year.
See, what you're saying is you're cursed.
It showed back up at the house we used to live at.
Yeah.
3 miles away.
We've had that same instance where we had an indoor cat. Of course, when it was puking everywhere, I tossed it outside one time. This was at our old house in Magnolia. And we were like, this thing ain't going to last. And raccoons are about to destroy this mug. And, he flourished outside. He was fine. But when we moved to Taylor, we brought him back in the house and all this stuff. Anyway, doors open one day. He just decides to leave. And we didn't see that cat for a year. It was done. But around Christmas time, Amy's getting some stuff out of the back of the car, and she calls me, and she's crying because the kids are like, I still miss the cat, whatever. But she turns around, after bringing stuff in from out of the car, and turns around, and then there's this cat sitting in the kitchen, just like he never left. Like he absolutely never left. I'm like, dude, where have you been? Yeah, and then he immediately vomits on the floor. I'm like,
You kicked him right out.
I kicked him right back out.
The neighbors called us and said, "Hey, your cat's here." Like, we hadn't been there for a year. So Courtney goes and gets the cat. It stayed around for another, I don't know, a couple months or so. Hadn't seen it since.
Dipped out again.
I do. Yeah.
Well, I was asking that because somebody had said that they'd asked somebody if they had a cat. And they're like, yeah, they paid $80 for a cat. No. And it's like, whoa, hold on. You didn't just walk it, get one off the street? I mean, you could find a cat under any box in the road. You know? I mean, but this guy, he said he walked in. You could have just walked in and said, how much is that? It's $80. Like, I don't need it. And you could have pretended to walk away, and they went, you can just have it. I'm just going to see if you were dumb enough to pay $80 for it. I mean.
Speaking of going down the road here.
Oh, hey. Holy crap.
I'm back.
Where did you come from?
And to Emily, to answer your question, we had an important segment coming up that you don't know anything about. When I'm doing something, it's always with a purpose. And you know that. You lived here too long. We're fixing to call a friend.
Oh, well, we are.
And it was perfect timing because when I was trying to find the connection, his wife was calling.
Oh, man.
So we were going to try to do that. But I was just wondering.
You did take my phone.
If you're like me, and like if I see a cardboard box in the road, I'm going to hit it.
Yeah.
Just to see what happens. Because, I mean, it could be filled with something. Maybe not. It's like.
Maybe not.
It's like cat Russian roulette. That's what.
Right.
Well, sometimes it's a puppy.
I just remember when Jordan brought me that cat when they were about to have Aubrey.
That cat was possessed.
Like, this cat, we're about to have this baby, and we don't want the cat, in the house and stuff just in case, allergies or whatever. It could get in the crib and suffocate her, choke her out like a UFC fighter. And I was like, what kind of cat? I mean, this cat was also. He's like He came by, dropped it by the house. I just got it declawed, and its paws are dripping with blood. I was like, yeah, you did just get it declawed. And man, it was an old cat. It came with its own death certificate. It was crazy. It was an old cat, and that one also disappeared and went. Not really good at keeping cats, but look at that.
We're on the clock.
We are on the clock. Man, what's wrong with this mic, boy?
Doggone. Won't y'all just quit complaining?
Man, complaining. Yeah. All right, so we're going to have to take a quick break now that you finally got here. And
I've been here for 7 years. I'll tell you the truth. And it's still not ready.
But we got a lot to cover, and we're glad Brent is here. But more STF in a moment.
unmute the. When are y'all going to unmute the? You got to unmute it, dude. You're good at playing the intro song. You nailed that.
Yeah, I got that.
Hey,
you
how
were really
much
great
did
at a 45-minute wait screen?
So okay, now can't hear y'all. Y'all can you hear us now? Because when we tried to play a video, remember it mutes automatically. Because I set it up smart like that.
Yeah,
now you know.
Well, now let's just get this out of the way.
Well, look, do your sponsors. Just say them.
Well, we have one here.
Let's just.
Brent, would you like to look? If you're looking to buy or sell a home in the Magnolia or surrounding area, then look no further than that man right there. He will sell you a house, and he will give you exactly what you want. Your dream home, and if you're looking for a place to rent, you can't spell Brent without rent, for God's sakes. He's right there. Give him a call, 870-234, don't know the rest.
Soon to expand to San Francisco. There's a lot of rental property. Just saying.
You would be surprised at the number of people, I'll say within the last 6 months, that have called from California, Chicago,
Really?
New York.
Yeah. Were they homeless?
No. It's like, so why are you wanting to move to
Could they not bring in
Magnolia,
their
Arkansas?
rest?
And it's like, well, we just
Don't tell
open
the chamber
page.
you asked that question. Why?
Close your eyes and put her finger through a dart, and it would amaze you the number of people that have done that here lately.
Really?
Yeah.
Cray.
And of course, the cost of living in Arkansas
Quite a bit less.
than some of
Say
the other
Cali.
places. So
You know, because I mean, you're an average home, Magnolia, $8,000. Average home in California,
1.2 million.
roughly.
Yeah.
If I mean, if you're looking to rent, maybe.
Yeah.
But what's that say? This dude, man, this whole show has been maintenance.
Well, press this button and see who you get.
Which one? This one?
The next one.
This one.
Yeah.
I see.
That's you.
That's me. But that
All right,
one's
so that
you. All right.
All right.
Man, we're getting there. One day we'll have a professional.
Man. One day we're just going to do a regular freaking show somehow. All right. If that don't work, suck it. All right. Run through your camera scenes.
Okay.
Mr. Producer Man.
Here's Be Rent. There's me. There's man. This whole.
Was that not right?
Who we got on the phone? Did you want to give somebody a call?
Oh, we just totally changed the subject. Hey.
Yeah, we're done there.
Dude, hey, we tried. Yeah, we bougie. All right, so anyway, did you finish his ad?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
You did.
That's great.
What's your phone number? For your business.
For your business. We've already texted everybody your.
That's where you already
Record
put that.
I
in
don't know what
comments.
it is off the top of my head. That's 234-1644.
All right.
I hope you got that.
I hope you did.
If not, hit
1644.
rewind.
And
All right.
of course, you see that in the back. We also got a big shout out to Seth Miller.
Oh, God, what is that? Right there.
Seth Miller from Miller Custom Name Logs and Chainsaw Carvings, Piedmont, Patterson, Missouri. MillerLogs.com. Check them out.
Sup, Sethy?
Anywho,
No. Let's move on to phone a friend.
okay.
Wait, sure, because we ain't done that in a long time.
Yeah, we haven't.
Let's call Coach McHenry. What do they call it? They still call her
Coach Courtney, Coach McHenry.
Coach Courtney.
Yeah, they do both.
They are calling her Coach now?
Yeah.
Because Anna says it.
Some of them do
it's
call her
kind
Miss
of weird.
McHenry.
Still Miss
Yeah.
McHenry.
Yeah.
You got to call her Coach. You got to just start beating the crap out of
Just
her.
depends on the girl.
Yeah. So let's call her up and see what she wanted.
Hey, yeah. She was trying to reach you.
See
a
if
little
this will
early.
work.
So
because
I am
couldn't find my
worried
cable.
about what y'all are about to do to me.
Yeah, just go ahead and call.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Is it? Are we
let's
plugged
got to
in?
see if it'll work.
Oh, okay.
I hear it.
Hey. Alan, I'll let you take it from there.
Oh, we got to hear.
Hello.
Hello. Hey,
Hey.
were you pre-warned about this?
No. About what?
Well, you are live.
You're on Small Town Famous.
What's going on, Coach?
Not a whole lot.
So when you're not watching film tonight, what are you wasting time for? Most coaches have no life during their season, and apparently you have 2 seasons.
Well, that's about right.
So
When
how
I
long?
left, she actually was watching the video of a volleyball game.
Really?
Yes.
How does it feel
She's
to
still
be
trying.
the highest winning percentaged volleyball coach in probably America?
1A Arkansas history for sure.
You there?
Just speechless. Just absolutely speechless. Just
She's
shocked
trying to
beyond-
be careful what she says. So when are we going to lose our first game, Coach?
Just say it. Just say we're not going to lose. We're about to put the
Well, that's
whooping on
what
them.
I'm saying. We're not going to lose.
Yeah,
There it
that's
is.
what I'm
That's
talking
it.
about.
Because even when we lose, we win. Could we learn something? Is that what you're trying to say?
No secret. It's been no secret to the girls that we're going to do what we can to win. I want to win.
Does that mean, doing some Monica Lewinsky? Not Monica Lewinsky.
What?
Some, what's that girl that kneecapped? What's the girl that kneecapped?
Oh, Tanya Harding.
Tanya Harding.
They're making a movie about her.
Monica
We won't go
Lewinsky.
there.
Tanya Harding ought to get a TV show.
Hey, Tanya Harding, the very first athlete to take a knee. I'm just throwing that out there.
Before it was cool. And
We won't go to Tanya Harding.
but it did spread after the girl she kneecapped took a knee, and then had it replaced. But so anyway, you're actually on a segment.
Oh,
And
gosh.
Brent killed his phone.
No, you're good, you're
You're
good.
actually on a segment that we call Phone a Friend.
Is it?
So we just want you to spit out a random fact.
Hold, not a random fact. I want her to answer this
Okay,
question.
all right, answer
All
the
right. Question. Are two teams that tie, do they both win? Like, say in a soccer match, the teams tie. Do you call them both winners?
I think we need to call her back.
Yeah, she hung up on you. She straight hung up on you.
She wouldn't have hung up. Give her one of your random trivia questions.
Oh, yeah, okay. Right, I get, look, questions for Brent.
Dude, I love it. Questions for Brent. Hey, they're one. That's what the Bible says.
Oh, just straight disconnected.
Oh, how about you know
only
what?
got one
I'm going to
more.
do you a favor.
All right.
I'm going to give you, I'm gonna
Just
give
hang
you-
up on them.
Yeah, I'm going to give you my Wi-Fi password. And then I'm going to update your iPhone while we're at it.
Okay.
Oh, all right. That way you can make some Wi-Fi calls, dude. Now, this is only because you pay a lot of money for your sponsorship.
That's right.
A boatload of money.
But he has made around, I think, a cool milli off the sales. So
Easy,
I'm
Mill.
thinking we could run that up to 10,000 a year. But what about- now,
You know that
you should
right
not lose
now,
service.
That man sold that whole subdivision because of us.
Yeah.
If I could just
So did
sell
the Black
Alan's
Rock.
house.
Have you got any calls from Black Rock?
They put a prison on it, but shoot, it looks good though.
No, have you got any calls from Black Rock?
No.
You know what's going on with that.
No.
Yeah. So I want to, because I do want to get your take on
Okay.
the real estate pricing
I
market.
see where
on
Courtney
real-
McHenry popped
on the
up
market.
though. She dipped out on us.
Yeah, she straight hung up.
She just sent me call dropped.
Oh,
Yeah, just I
wonderful.
gave him the Wi-Fi password, and you're going to hear what I'm saying in about 10 seconds, and so he can call. But while he's calling you, I got some real estate questions.
Okay.
I want to ask him.
All right.
That I'm kind of just curious about. This is where Alan takes it serious and skirts financial advice.
Go right ahead.
This is free because it's not financial advice. Do not ask me for stock tips in the comments anymore, Miss Lisa. We can take care of that in the appointment.
That's
Courtney
yeah.
McHenry.
People get in trouble for that.
That is a new follower. Hey,
Thank you for finally liking the show.
you are going to be rewarded with a phone call.
If I can ever get it to work, still not going through, Adam.
That's all right. That's all right.
Well, do you have good service?
No. Let's see.
You know what? Let's.
He's stressing out. So what? How about?
I say we stress him out even more by putting him in the.
Oh, and I'm-
snap.
I want to hear the end of that question, but I want a random question.
Oh, I got it.
Hello.
Here you go. All right. Chase had a
I
question.
did not hang up a while ago, just to let you know.
We thought it happens all the time. That people hate our show. All right. Lisa, that gun busted me out.
Yeah. JK.
Well,
JK.
sometimes when you're successful, you ain't always got to be that. Sometimes you got to have time to count your money. I took a month and a half.
What was that? Not Scrooge McDuck. What was the other one that had all the straight doves on them boys? The little nephews.
Oh, I don't know.
Man, come on. You know your cartoons.
I'm like 20-something years. I could be your dad.
We're still there talking.
I could be your dad. I mean, ask your mom.
Good thing Ernie didn't come tonight, huh?
Yeah. Oh.
I'm going to keep the camera on it for that.
Boy, too bad that video right there. Don't keep the camera.
Oh, all right.
You ever have like a compulsion?
Oh,
and
yeah,
you
it's a
can't-
compulsion at this point.
I got to go outside and say it.
Anyway,
So many jokes.
she's on the phone.
Hey,
Ask her
Courtney,
that
what's up?
question that we
Hey,
Hey, no, okay. So Chase is going to give you a random question,
All
and
right.
then we're going to move on to some real estate, something important.
yeah. What? Let me ask her. What should have never ever been invented?
oh jeez.
Yeah.
Well, I am not a.
Oh,
And that's hang up on
a
a friend.
That was. I'm glad that was on his phone. because
That's
You notice Alan hung up on her and not me.
you know,
call
I
me
was,
Adam.
I was going back. I was
That's for you,
going to say.
Lisa. Who's Lisa? Lisa got to quit texting me.
I called you Adam because I was going back listening to better shows than this one of ours.
Courtney
And,
says lost me again.
No,
I'm sorry, Courtney. No.
and when
Watch the show.
When Jordan said that when y'all were, met each other and y'all were developing this friendship and all that, where like you, I don't know where you were at. I don't know if you were praying and you forgot his name mid prayer or something.
Yeah, I did. I don't even remember what I
That was
ca-
in your office,
I think-
wasn't it?
No, I do that with clients all the time, but no, it was.
And who are you again?
Yeah, no, it was in Sunday school class because I teach that class, and he was like, Jordan loved my class. He was like wide-eyed, but we were teaching on end times. So he likes all that stuff. But he was.
He
We got
thinks
to
the
talking.
end times is like once a week.
It's like he's looking forward to the world ending. Him and Alex Jones, only two people I know that look forward to the world ending. And yeah, so it's time to dismiss, and we made a connection instantly because I said something that was all borderline conspiratorial,
Yeah,
but it's not. It was just something about the Masons and about the kind of
Why would you say
gospel stuff.
that?
I don't
You
want
know
to. I don't want to
Brent's
lose our Masonic sponsor. So
so don't lose Brent. Let's
Yeah,
not
so-
lose Brent on that.
But what anyway? So it was some of that stuff anyway. So he was like, he looked at me like, I said, now none of y'all probably know what I'm talking about. Jordan said, I do, and we were best friends at that point. And I asked him to close in prayer, and straight up forgot his name. I think I just
Straight
said,
up forgot his name.
I think I either called him to pray, and I just said, will you lead us in prayer? Will you close us in prayer? I don't remember. I straight forgot his name.
Could you state your name for the Lord, please?
I want you to call it out. The Lord wants to know. I know what it is, but the Lord wants to know.
Yeah. Well,
So,
first of all,
why's the camera just on me?
it's just on you. I wanted.
You don't know how to work that switcher. It's not easy, is it?
Well, you were still talking. That was the thing. I'll put it on Brent because we're gonna put him in the hot seat with some rapid fire questions.
Ooh. I wish we had the rapid fire deal.
Yeah.
Hey, I wonder if we do. I'm not going to look for it. Don't worry. I'm not going to look for it. What is this? Let me see what this is.
Just do a little hum.
Wow.
Didn't know we
actually
had our
have it.
music.
Dude, yeah, this thing's jacked. We're going to get it done. Is that too loud?
Yeah, turn it down just a hair so we can have just enough ambiance.
Just
You like
ambiance. That's great ambiance music.
Brent, are you ready for some rapid fire questions?
Let's go.
Boom.
Man, he is ready.
And if he gets it right, he gets a horn.
It's what?
DJ horn.
Oh.
Boy, this ain't.
Okay, what would you say to your boss if you knew they would forget it 5 seconds afterwards?
I quit.
It wouldn't be like, what would you say?
Oh, I'd say
Mere You are.
Oh, yeah. Like, you need to make more money. No, golly. If I really had a boss.
Yeah. What would you say? They were going to forget. And I want answers in the comments, too. Go ahead and answer these in the comments.
You know where your wife. Hey, do you know where your wife was last night?
Oh.
And as soon as they get mad, and they look around and say, what was I mad about? I don't know. I asked you for a raise, and you said yes.
Second thing, craziest thing you've ever heard, eavesdropping. Allie, go
this
right
is
ahead.
tougher than you think.
It is.
Yeah.
Do you know how much we eavesdrop in Taylor?
All of it.
Man, I'm for a loss. That's a tough one.
I think all the kids would be even smarter if you put all the teachers in another room and just get them to talking about the lesson plan. All the kids would run to the door, ear on it, little cup.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
I don't have
nothing.
anything.
Me?
I have nothing.
That is the tough one. Of all the eavesdropping that I do,
I mean, there's things I can't say because
that's the thing. Some of the stuff is good.
Yeah.
Well, some of it is probably classified because you were in that meeting with Biden at one time.
Well, I've intercepted some stuff, but anyway, I've heard things I shouldn't have heard. So I had to share it.
Something that you liked at 15 years old, but you don't like anymore.
TV. I'm just not a big TV guy.
What?
Yeah.
Now, Alan can't say that. You're a big TV guy.
Brent. Now. That only makes
15.
sounds like Romy. The only man that doesn't own a TV but knows more videos.
More videos of pop culture.
Everything that we knew about. He introduced us to what's that? Golly.
Slipknot. Yeah, I like
No, old Greg.
Oh,
When we went to Dallas that time, he loaded us up on stuff. We ever seen this? Man on a Buffalo. Dude, we watched Man on a Buffalo
Probably
for
15
weeks
times.
after that with the kids. You ever seen Man on a Buffalo?
I have not.
Do yourself a favor. Does Courtney watch
What's it
TV? A Man on a Buffalo.
She does. Just think about, not to get all depressive, but
Oh yeah,
TV now.
Let's do that.
So
We're already there. I'm going to jump out this window in a second.
it's just everything. It only is so negative now, and it just with news and everything that's going on.
Huh.
Just not a big TV guy.
I mean, you got to watch Comedy Central.
Yeah, don't do that either.
That's true.
If you could be any animal, what would it be, and why?
Any animal wanted to be my lab, my dog, because he's got a great owner.
Oh, nice.
Not if you were the dog. That's a quandary. That is a paradox. That's why you would rip a hole in the space-time continuum. I'd be a liger.
Just ripping a hole. Dang.
I'd be a liger. They're bereft of their skills and magic. Awesome. I like ligers. They're actually real and cool.
Best $5 you've ever spent.
Best $5 I've ever spent.
You heard the question.
That's a stall tactic right there. That's what that is.
Yeah, that's how politics. That is a great question. I'm so glad you asked that question.
But have you ever noticed this when you talk to especially older people in the South? They always repeat what they say thrice. They go. You ask them like, "Are you Brent? How you been doing, man? How you been?"
Yeah. How about
and then you go. You say, "I've been good." Well, that's good. That's good.
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah. That's where Matthew McConaughey got out.
Brother.
All right.
Real good. Best
We do that, and man, I tell you, somebody freaking. I had somebody that got on. They weren't from the South, and would get on my freaking. They jumped on me like I was an idiot, like I was deaf. It's because I would ask a question and I would repeat their answer. I didn't even know I was doing it. They're like, "That is what I said."
I'm tired of being told I can't make fun of deaf people.
Well,
maybe they need to stop being so sensitive and hear us out.
I agree.
That was a low-hanging fruit joke.
That was that was one of the worst I've ever heard. Best $5 ever spent.
Yes.
First $5 I ever had. That's deep. I still remember it.
All right, Brent, I really want you to answer this one.
All right.
I had to do a lot for it.
If you wrote, which I believe you're still in the works of right now, if you wrote a romance novel,
Okay.
Could I be on the cover?
what would be what would be
Facetune, baby.
the last sentence?
Until next time.
Wow.
Whoa.
Okay, what would be the the sentence right before that?
Yeah,
How?
let's go 2 sentences
when
before.
you exit scene, I want to know
And you can't
what did you leave behind?
Yeah, you can't say the.
Until next time. So it must be a superhero mom.
See, I like how your wife just said, "Ha, romance novel," like you.
He's not
I'm
romantic.
just saying.
All right, what is the?
Maybe there's some hidden skills.
What's the most romantic thing you've ever said to me, Courtney?
Oh, man.
I want to know. Let me kill the music. This isn't rapid fire. I want you to think. What is, and Courtney, I want you to answer, but not until Brent does.
Right.
What is the most romantic? Wait, what is the most romantic date
Most romantic.
you've ever taken her on? Where you and let me help jog your memory. So, because when I took her out, no, I'm just kidding. She told me these things. But anyway, no, seriously. Think about it. Valentine's Day, birthdays. Might have been a Christmas thing. Might have been when you first.
Music's on your can.
When you.
I would say, Chase, you travel quite a bit, don't you? A little bit. You ever been to Kansas City?
Why?
So I take that as a.
Do you know the murder rate up there? I wouldn't even go up there for a football game.
So I would go to Kansas City if it was in my backyard.
Yeah.
So
Missouri or Kansas?
It is on the Missouri side because it's on this side of the river.
Wrong one.
Yeah. So there is a restaurant. I don't know if I can name names or not.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
we're looking for sponsors.
Okay. Shoot, yeah, we might get a free meal.
They go
Italian
worldwide.
restaurant called Garazzo's. It's down by the river.
In a van.
In
down
a
by
van.
the-
But seriously,
Whitney Jordan. in
When
the
did
hand.
Jordan do the Italian van?
it is the.
That's on your cam.
I'll fix it.
I mean, it is legit.
Mr.
Italian,
Overproducer. Go ahead.
authentic restaurant.
Okay.
And
So like Hispanics run it?
no. It is,
That's who runs all the ones up here.
No, I'm talking about the bracelet, the necklace, the whole shebang.
Right.
I mean, it is. It's
Live
the
from
real deal.
Sopranos.
Like
Yes.
straight
Yes.
up, mafia style.
Like that dude Chris Cuomo talks to.
Yeah.
One of my favorite interviews ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch that?
I saw just, no.
And you'll see videos saying how Cuomo owns restaurant. I'm like, what? In what universe did Cuomo or Guido? I can't wait for that dude to call him Guido. You know he was that close to calling him Guido.
Fredo?
Same thing. They all sound the same.
He's all chained up.
He's all, yeah. We want him out to date. Apparently, he liked the restaurant.
Yeah, the restaurant it's good food. Good food.
No pressure.
Yeah.
The best quesadillas you could ever have in that Italian restaurant.
I'm waiting.
But it was actually so we went on a work trip actually is what it so turned a work trip. I guess I can say that now since I'm no longer employed with that company.
Right.
Yeah.
You can say you were so scared. Quit being scared.
Well, so you check in the hotel and they say, "You here for business or
That's
the
right. That's
pleasure?"
right.
And you say, "Business." Actually, this time.
Business is pleasure, baby. For making that coin.
I mean, I don't have this big elaborate thing like Alan did that day, with his whole the Valentine's. You did an episode one time
How'd you know about all that?
because you did a whole episode on it.
That's a true fan.
Ooh, now
When they remember stuff that we don't remember saying,
Best
that's a
trip
true
LA.
fan.
L.A.
I
L.A.
forgot about that one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
was
She's
another
still
one.
waiting.
Forgot,
So
just say
she
it.
was still waiting, and you just give
She
her.
helped me out. She helped me out.
So you remember now?
Yeah, I do remember now.
What was that date?
We flew to L.A.
For a date?
Yeah.
Los Angeles. I'm in trouble. I'm gonna go home, and she's gonna be on freaking on whatever I don't know. How do you book flights now? I don't know if any of them the COVID Air.
You didn't say. I mean,
Priceline.
No. He flew them out there.
Oh.
See, that's what you're missing.
That's where the other Black Hawk went. Apparently, goat herders can fly Black Hawks. You know you know that they have the second most Black Hawks of any country on Earth.
I told Ty
Anyway, that's a little off the subject.
In the power rankings of warfare and strength of military, they went from unranked to number 4.
Yeah,
that's a big jump.
Coach Spo got that, man.
Anyway,
so LA, tell us about LA. I want to know about towards the end of the night what happened.
Not Lower Arkansas, which is a shame.
That's where I take all the I always take my baby. Leslie too.
To Lower Arkansas or
LA. Yeah.
Okay. We had a stroll on Malibu Beach.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. He says that.
A stroll. We weren't
not a sashay.
Not
a wall.
Not a frowning
so
skip.
Is this like when you do you pick your
You walk like Shaggy from Scooby Doo.
So you pick. Do you pick your? I just imagine a stroll. Somebody just walking along and their feet just plop.
Yeah.
That's a stroll. That's right.
Or
a sachet.
It may be something wrong in the brain, but I mean,
but I could imagine. I could imagine Brent Pimp walking.
That's right.
That would have been. I bet Courtney would have been so.
Man,
she'd have been
got that hand
melted that heart
hitting the sand when we walk. Got that lane to it. Man, yeah.
Oh man. And people on the beach are mad.
Flew out there.
Flew to LA.
You're taking a stroll.
On
Malibu Beach, looking at all the celebrities going, I see all these beautiful actresses, but all I want is you.
That's right. They don't compare to you.
Man.
Baby. Don't compare to you, baby.
Was she talking to Brent?
Well, yeah.
Oh. I didn't know.
No.
If people were on the beach and she was strolling by and she was like, oh, I see all these actors, beautiful actors and actresses. All I want is you. That literally could have been anybody. I mean, you should have said you, Brent.
No, I'm saying Brent said that to her.
You said that?
Yes.
Straight.
Yeah. In some way,
was it at
form, or
night?
fashion.
Get away, Scarlett.
Was it at night?
It was right. It was sunset. Actually, was sunset.
Man, why would you ask that? You know, Brent.
I know. So what? He flew in, landed just in time to take his driver to take him to
you just
Malibu.
assume these things. He did not land in. They parachuted in a beautiful embrace.
And
sure, yeah.
See,
I'm sure he ditched the plane. He didn't need it. All he wanted was his woman.
So
it was a $10 million date. But hey, so what else happened? Get to the good
We
stuff.
had an Italian restaurant.
I was sensing
we went to another Italian restaurant.
We did in LA.
In LA.
We did.
It's just like Olive Garden, except they put pineapple on everything.
Yeah. We ended up at what's the pier? Can't think of the pier on Muscle Beach there.
yes.
Yeah, Venice.
The pier. Oh, the Santa Monica Pier.
Santa Monica Pier, where it's on
Godzilla was filmed.
Tom Hanks movie.
Yeah,
Tom Hanks movie.
The Terminal.
No, the
Forrest Gump.
Easy.
Where he turns into a little boy.
Oh yeah.
The toy.
No.
That's Richard Pryor, long time ago. No, you're talking about Little. Little.
No, it's called Big. But
it's called Big.
Another joke.
What's the game? What's the game?
The great
the gypsy
Zotan,
or the Zotan.
Zotan or Zofar or whatever.
On the Santa Monica Pier.
It is.
Yeah.
I saw
Or
it.
there is a Zotan on the Santa Monica Pier.
Probably not that one from 40 years ago, but
Yeah, probably not. But that pretty well summed it up. But I flew her out to LA.
so you did the Zotan thing,
The
walked on the
Zotan,
pier,
just
and
the
you said,
scenery.
"Hey, wheels up, let's go."
Let's go.
Can we got stuff at McDonald's first? No,
We did the whole Disney World thing. Yeah.
that was a bit. That was an item.
That was a day.
That was kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
You're talking about being succinct in a story. Oh yeah, and I did ask her to marry me. She said yes. But but I remember eating this ice cream. I mean, you went to Disneyland. How do you forget that? You remember?
Been twice. So
Well, now you're bragging about it.
Did you also go to Paramount?
we went to Paramount Pictures. Yes.
You know how I knew that?
How'd you know that?
I was there.
Paramount.
Because Chase has been in a movie.
Well, look here, Courtney Big, Emily Big.
Yes, the movie Big.
Yeah, that's it.
Is that what you're referring to?
That's it. Oh, them.
Big. Okay, this is not a trivia contest. Nobody's getting prizes. So, Paramount. Okay. So, Courtney's laughing at you because apparently you messed the story up. But
No,
I guess we could always call her back. No. What's the most romantic date you've ever been on?
Nobody's ever taken me on a romantic date. Still waiting on that.
Have you ever been asked on a date by a female?
Female. No. Male. If you ask me, male. Ask me. Ask me, male.
Male.
Couple
Yeah.
times. Brent, before we got in here.
And now Courtney knows. But I did have an SAU football player try to put his hand on my leg, and I looked at him, thought I was going to kill a big old dude, or I was going to get killed. Or something bad. It was going to be a prison scene. I didn't know what was going to happen. But I took up for my stuff, and he said, I was just picking, man. That's sexual harassment. I guess I could still sue him.
Was that recently?
Was it recently?
Yeah. Yes. It was
I mean, I don't know. It's been a while back. It was like, I don't know. How old am I?
Last Friday?
About 6 months ago. No, I don't know. I hang around SAU a lot. No.
You sure it wasn't a football player? It was just one of the softball ones? I'm kidding. Oh
They would have never been in my car. So that was weird, but I haven't been asked out. I've been flirted with by dudes. You ever been asked out on a date? No, by a woman?
Oh, by a woman. Plenty of times.
I knew it. He's got that swagger. He ain't even nervous,
Man.
even though he's dying inside. He is not. He said, "Y'all better bring it because I'm not gonna say anything." You've been talking nonstop.
Man,
pretty much cutting us off.
Like it's a bad thing? It's a good thing.
It is a good thing. We needed. At least this ain't TC French. It could be that. That's like that's actually like a version of episode we call it.
I feel
dang
like
sure wasn't Tattoo Fly. That is, and that's the other level of episode where you say something that you can't take back.
I just want for the heck of it,
For the viewing
I guess.
audience.
Yeah, I mean we got what was it, 3 people watch.
Well, that 6, I had to wind up just putting. I had to do
we
single
just put a
digits
little-
because the millions wouldn't.
Yeah, the millions
So
would
it just
put
says
it.
6 means 6
I just
million.
want Brent to give the people what they want and give them your best Michael Jackson impression.
Man, that's all I got. I can't do it.
Oh man, I want to ask Brent about real estate
Okay.
since he doesn't talk
Yeah,
about it.
segue.
Since he doesn't talk about it every day.
Now, since
Yeah,
you're
speaking of Michael Jackson, let's
But
talk
you-
about real estate.
but since you're a realtor, would you have when you withdraw from Afghanistan, would you have blown up any of the the places in there?
There would be nothing left.
Except for this one Section 8 building. I'm just kidding. I think Afghanistan Section 8, aren't they?
Huh?
I think the whole country's.
Well,
section.
it is after the former president made off with like a ton of money.
And about that phone, did you listen to the phone call transcript?
Yeah. No,
That's
the
freaking
one that's
Biden and the president.
the impeachment call.
No.
So we were talking to the president.
No, Biden talking to the president of Afghanistan before this went down.
No, the only phone call that ever mattered was Trump's.
I understand, but he was going to be impeached over that. Biden called the president of Afghanistan and before he left, before he abandoned Afghanistan,
said make it not seem so.
Make it not seem so bad. It's the optics. Don't make me look so bad. So and he fulfilled his promise. Oh man. Anyway,
man. So
you wonder if that dementia is actually what made them do the pull out backwards. But I know one thing: nobody's talking about the border of COVID much now, so that always helps.
Oh my gosh!
Just like 9/11, there's a lot of stuff we were talking about right before that happened.
Now, Brent and I were talking before the show. It was during the shows before you got here. It was
That's right.
About some of the moving goalposts that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Because, as you know, one of the old kiddos at my house came down with the old Rona. And, of course, out of school, and the sister, and everybody had to quarantine because that's the rules of schools. You don't say that. And what I didn't get was that the kid that had the Rona got to go back to school at this certain date after all the protocols have been followed. And the kid that never got it, that lives in the same house, had to wait longer. And then when they had to go to school, had to do the masking stuff. This kid never got Rona, but it made maybe somebody could make sense of it for me. But it was kind of lost on me. The kid that was not infected. And even after the appropriate time, it was crazy.
Yeah, I think it's frustrating for everybody, you know, because it was like we were talking about earlier. I heard a friend of mine said it, the moving goalpost. It's just like it's continually. Of course, I guess they're learning, you know, but things or whatever we're supposed to follow, these different variants, and it's just they're always moving. I mean, nobody knows which direction to actually go, and it's like the whole. Which I don't want to get into the whole vaccine and and all that, whether for or against it, but the one thing I cannot grasp, and somebody can probably explain this to me, is if you've had the vaccine.
Robert Cruz has your answer.
What's it say?
It's because they don't know what they're doing.
Oh. So if you've had the vaccine, and if you have the vaccine, you can still get it, and you can
allegedly,
and you can still pass it along. But if you are exposed,
breaking news,
you do not have to quarantine. So, someone explain that one to me. I can't grasp that one.
Are you asking me?
Yeah, go. I want to hear.
Go right ahead.
I want to hear that one.
Well, if you ask it,
I don't even know what you asked.
Facebook will provide you an answer.
Yes, they will.
But no,
you can ask me anything about vaccines. I'll tell you my opinion.
Did it hurt?
Hey, nobody give me no jab.
Oh, you're going that route.
Well, no. Man.
I'm just kidding. We're not going to get into that.
No,
let's get back to Afghanistan.
Yeah, something fun. I do remember watching when we first invaded. Back when the Taliban was had taken over. Ironically, I think they're still taking over. Except they have $85 billion for our equipment. But as a sweetener.
Okay.
So,
before you spread any more lies, the USA Today fact checked this. And when Trump released that statement and said about the $85 billion worth of equipment, they gave him a big old Pinocchio. And let me tell you, it was $65 billion.
Yes, because some of the stuff they
stop with your lies.
That's because they added in depreciation. That's all that was. The U.S. government has to do their own taxes. So, yeah. What was I talking about? So, what was funny is when we first invaded, I remember Colin Powell, which is the worst first name ever, given the side-by-side slide of after they had first started flying their sorties in and going into Afghanistan from Iraq and whatnot, or wherever we were bombing. And he said, now this is the before, as you can see, where we were trying to take out. This is after. No, this is before. This is after. And he's looking around for help. You couldn't tell the difference because they both looked like they'd been the surface of Mars. I mean, that's how bad it is. They bombed, and you couldn't even tell the difference in the landscape. It just rearranged it.
This sheet of glass behind me actually is used to be a lot of sand huts to be.
Well, yeah. So anyway, it was funny 20-something odd years ago. So but you couldn't tell the difference. I mean, but respect for the,
But I mean, a question to you is Kamala.
Yeah.
What is she doing right now? She's been.
Kamala's.
I know she's been in.
Kamala's
in Asia
laying.
for a bit.
She's laying low.
Pretty low.
She has distanced herself. I've never seen a president become a lame duck in 6 months, but I've also never seen the mass destruction of fundamentally parts of the country if he keeps going. But the thing about Kamala Harris, I tell you, nobody said it better than Trey Gowdy when he was asked by, I think it was Brett Baer. He was asked, his thoughts on would someone be held accountable, blah, blah, blah. Would they go as far as trying to impeach Biden if the midterms go the way they want them in 2022? And Trey, in his fashion, said, well, let me tell you. Basically, the short answer is no. Biden will not be impeached. And Brett was sort of taken back by that because typically you're supposed to agree with the host of Fox. And when
of course, Brett,
when he said no, he said, "Well, let me explain to you why." He said, because he said, "I'll just put it like this: when I was in the House of Representatives, mostly during the Obama administration, I was asked several times by, freshmen, congressmen, by my constituents, why won't you impeach Obama?" There were several times. Why won't you impeach Obama? There were a few impeachable offenses. And he said, my answer was always the same. Have you ever met Joe Biden? Was his response.
Yeah.
So they knew it then. So they know they're not going to impeach him now. And have you ever met Kamala Harris? And you literally actually have. But the issue is Kamala Harris would only be able to do so much. I mean, because if you have a congressional takeover of Republicans, the scary thing to me about the way things work, because I don't know if they even teach civics anymore, people are thinking that if he's impeached,
I think they replaced it with like a TikTok class.
I think so, yeah, some kind of dance class or something. But people think that Nancy Pelosi becomes vice president. That's only in the event that something happens to the vice president,
yeah.
both of them.
Yeah.
No, if your vice president becomes president, she chooses her own vice president, because when you run for president, you choose your own running mate. So she could choose
me.
You. I mean, you don't have to be an elected official. She could. So she could choose AOC, Rashida Tlaib. I think it'd be Cory Booker, probably.
He's been he's kind of dropped off the radar a little bit.
Yeah.
But you know what? You bring up the point about the Joe Biden thing. Trey Gowdy's saying, have you ever met Joe Biden? I did not know, but the article that came out they said Osama bin Laden was he in Al Qaeda had that hit out on Barack Obama.
Yeah.
But they didn't have one out on Joe Biden.
Right.
Because they said, bin Laden was famously quoted as saying, I think Barack is competent enough to find me and, do something, but we would prefer Joe Biden to be in office because we feel like he would cause the decay of America.
Yeah, he called for radicalized Muslims at that point to vote for Obama and things like that.
Just don't lay a hand.
But that was his. Yeah, that was. But Joe Biden is his own best life insurance policy. I mean, Kamala Harris is a good one, but but she's. I mean, we call her dumb, and we call it because it's easiest for us to play armchair quarterback when we're watching all that. She's obviously intelligent, and I mean, she passed the bar. And then she took the test too.
Couldn't pass the real estate exam,
but she did take. Right. So she was a politician in California, which isn't hard to do. Arnold Schwarzenegger did it, for God's sake. You talk about getting canceled. God, no. He went off on the vaccine.
But he got canceled by a different group.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So, but for her to be, at some point, she has to realize, why did I really get picked? And it sounded, I'm sure it's all sounded like very cool. I'm going to be VP. I couldn't even win my own primary. I couldn't even carry my own state, 7%. So I didn't qualify for a primary, but now I'm VP. I am one, and we say this all the time, one literal heartbeat away from the presidency. But at some point in the quiet of her office, she's got to think, he picked me. He said he was going to pick a black woman. There's a lot of them, but he's going to pick the one that called him out as a racist, which he obviously is.
About the busing thing.
Right.
During the, yeah.
So you're going to pick the one, and then here's my theory, and it's totally conspiratorial, but you can believe it what you want, but to me,
Brent, do you like conspiracies?
I love them.
So here's the thing. Well, he listens to our podcast. So, all right. So here's and you tell me if this holds water at all. Not that it's true. It's speculation, obviously, but I'm going to see what you think.
All right. Go right ahead.
So everybody jokes, and we even got the sound effect of Kamala Harris laughing. Right? She's laughs. She has that nervous tick or whatever that when she gets
scary.
Right. Well, okay. So you're picked as VP. And she knows why she was picked. Mm-hmm. She knows things are falling apart pretty quickly. I mean, so you have to follow Biden around. Then, and people were assuming that she was telling him what to do. She doesn't know what to do, because if she did, she would have never taken the assignment of being named border czar. So you're named you're named as the head of the border crisis.
Right. So
but you never go. And then you do tons of interviews where they keep asking you. Even Lester Holt called you out on it. I've never been to Europe either. Now why would she's the VP. How hard would it be? Take Air Force 2, fly down to the border for take you 3.5 hours, get in a chopper, take some footage of what's coming across, throw some fake tears in your eyes. This is such a humanitarian cry. We are going to take care of these people that deserve to be in America. And then fly back home. She'd be back by supper. Why would she not go? It would be easy. It's just a photo op. Nobody could ever call her out on it.
Right.
I can tell you why she didn't go.
Okay.
She was ordered not to go.
Aye.
So she didn't, and I'm probably trying to figure out why. Maybe they thought, well, it'll take care of itself. But she had to be told that she did not go, because then it starts making sense why she would get nervous every time she was asked, why won't you go to the border? Because honestly, how hard is it to go? And if it's the president, what could she say? President Biden ordered me not to go. If he ordered,
you can't say that.
You couldn't say that.
No.
So what could she say? She never had an answer for not going. Does that sound feasible? You know politics better than I do. I'm just wondering, what do you think?
It definitely sounds feasible. I'm also just trying to wrap my head around, you have the 13 military members in that attack there. And then, Joe keeps talking about Bo. Yeah. Of course, Bo dies is all obviously sad.
Passed away of brain cancer.
After he got back. After but trying to compare, I think, the craziness was behind some of the parents calling him out to his face like that.
Oh, my gosh.
And, I mean, there were some different reports there, but saying that he rolled his eyes a couple of times at him and stuff like that. But, I mean, the sheer optics of the watch.
The checking the watch. The checking the watch after everyone.
Yeah.
I don't even know, like, because sometimes if you have like an Apple Watch, if it vibrates, you're just out of habit. You see what but even that, but you got to know the optics there, just crazy.
And if you just slipped up once, but to do it 13 times, and Ghost Star families never call out a president.
No,
I mean they're usually cordial, that thank the president for coming, But these people were irate at that. And then you hear about the fight in the West, in the corridor.
Yeah.
About, you're not going to, from Harris's, after their staffs are fighting on Warner because he wants her to do the Afghanistan press conference.
And she
says
distanced herself.
And she wound up, after the staff was fighting, you could hear her echoing down the hall, "You're not going to pin that blank on me."
Yeah.
Which sounds very similar to what he did with Mexico.
Yeah.
Like he was almost setting her up to be the fall guy.
But, he keeps stepping in it himself.
But he can't remember what he probably told her. But she's getting wily enough to I'm backing away from this. And he's out.
So what were you saying?
No, somebody made the comment the other day. You're talking about the 13 and all 13 times that maybe he was doing that so he could mark what time it was exactly they came out each time of the 13.
Yeah, I have no way to dispute that. That's the thing is I mean there's really it could be a number of different reasons, but
we sure like the other one better.
Optics are,
it just doesn't. Now, if he would have explained himself, I mean, could he have not had Jen Psaki is really good at spinning everything that he says. Could he have not? She had not just said. Most presidents do that. They try to time to make sure that it's orderly. They could have said anything.
Yeah.
So, do you think Brent's theory holds water?
I've heard that a time or two, so I have no idea.
But
he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would sit there.
Right.
Well, not only that, it's just you have all these people that are keeping this documented for you. So I mean, unless he's going to use it in a speech later that he never gave,
right?
It's just kind of
weird, and also military families that
I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's kind of weird that.
But military families that had already experienced that, for them to speak out.
Yeah,
they've been to those with presidents, and nobody does that. I mean, why would they be so upset that he did it? If it's something that now we typically will make sure, but the president's going to make sure. That's his job. That's somebody you pay $11.25 an hour to do. Somebody with some kid with like
a real estate agent.
Yeah. I mean. Yeah, whoever mows the grass out at the airfield, hey, keep your stopwatch and make sure. Who does that? Probably the military that's carrying the bodies. And they're going to pretty much be in time, because if not, they will be shot on sight. No, I don't. No, I'm sure there's a lot of PT when they get back. So it just doesn't even make sense. But I'm hoping you're right, Brent, and he may be a fantastic president. Time this all over.
And
is that what you're kind of thinking?
I defer.
But not to end on a somber
note.
But
that's true.
But we
be careful.
We also want to give not only a shout out to our military and all the folks that have been over to Afghanistan.
Yeah. We know a bunch of them.
Yeah, we do. We know, and we should get some of their opinions. But
yeah,
I mean, we also want to give a huge shout out to our listeners and friends all along the Gulf Coast there, Louisiana, Mississippi. Yeah. And did you see that old storm was still dumping a ton of rain on like New York? And
that was nuts. They actually,
that's wild.
I don't know if there was any remnants of Henry left, but Henry, because they still had all that. They had just got hit with that.
Yeah,
so they're saturated.
Now Larry's out there.
And the rest of
Larry's just an awful name for a storm.
That sounds like a trailer park flying at you. Golly. Larry busting into town with a 12-pack, and he's going to do some damage. If you're in a trailer park, you get out now.
But,
tell you.
Actually, Romy is down there helping out, restore some power.
I'm supposed to be down there.
But he says it's pretty nasty.
Yeah.
So,
but it didn't seem like to
because
well, and I hope Teresa everything.
Well, she was on a little bit earlier. She actually commented, so we need to get some update on that. But
we should have called her and hung up on her. But I just the one thing that did frustrated me, which many things frustrate me. I always say I start off a lot of sentences that way. It didn't feel a little bit like you're watching MSNBC when you're watching the Weather Channel, like they were praying. They not only said this is going to be worse than Katrina, this was going to be the worst hurricane since 1820. From my knowledge, they didn't keep records in 1820. And the worst hurricane besides Katrina was the one that hit Ask the people who were the great grandchildren of the Galveston hurricane that hit them in the middle of the night before they had meteorology, and it killed everybody. Just about wiped out the entire city. That was slightly worse. So I don't know. And I flew over New Orleans when I had to go to a meeting in Florida. And I was flying back. They flew close enough to New Orleans because I had to fly into Houston. So, and it was, they announced it like we're about to fly over New Orleans, if you want to look. So because we were cruising not at 30,000, we came down so we could look. I guess the pilot wanted to I ain't seen it, man. I'm gonna check it out. And it was eerie. I mean, because I lived there for 3 years, and you look down and you see the city. It's like the scene in a disaster movie, and you look down on the city, and every street was just water. So it was the buildings and just water. And also, worse than Katrina, they were out of power for 2 months. I mean, how many people ended up dying? We still have people living up here from Katrina.
Yeah.
It just sounds like they were hoping.
They had just finished up a lot of stuff from the Lake Charles stuff from last year's.
Yeah.
I mean they were just ending some of the cleaning up down there too.
But if you ever get that old Jim Cotoria or whoever, he's out there, and I mean he's fighting that rain, he's doing all this kind of stuff, and that guy walked by. Oh my God! How many times are they going to do that? It's like Brian Williams, when he flew his private plane and got some families out of Afghanistan.
That just goes with if it bleeds, it leads. Like we got to make everything look worse than. I'm not saying it's not bad, but we got to just amplify.
It's fear porn.
It is.
Even on the Weather Channel, because it's all about selling advertising. So that's why people, not watching TV is smart, because it's nothing. The people who have they've kind of tuned out, are much happier. I have to watch it just so I'll know what's going on, because people who do watch TV, they're scared to death, and you've got to know what's real, what's not. And I just know one thing fundamentally. Fear is from the devil, and I'm not going to start preaching at folks, but I'm telling you, if you're scared, you need to understand what you're scared of. If you're scared of dying, you can get that right. If you're scared that you're going to get sick, everybody's going to get sick.
Right.
And matter of fact, the last time I checked, mortality rate for everybody's 100%.
Well, that's the thing is the world doesn't get less dangerous.
That's right.
We just got to learn to get braver.
That's it.
I mean, that's really all it boils down to.
That's all it boils down to. So turn off the TV and quit listening to all that crap.
If you've learned one thing from this program this evening is don't watch TV and
watch Facebook Live.
At this point, don't even watch this.
That's right. We are going to have a show where I'm just going to leave everything alone. I'm telling you, it's always something. Just like, I know I change this crap up more than Joe Biden changed crises, but I do the best I can with what I got, and I think we've done okay.
Oh yeah, we keep it going, we keep it running, and
check us out on TikTok.
A lot of you keep watching, so we appreciate that.
You need to do a shout out about your TikTok.
Yeah, we got the TikTok, STF famous.
Yeah,
it's the same as the Twitter and all that.
We're so original. But Chase you've been doing quite a bit of stuff on TikTok.
Not really, no.
Yeah, I hate when you
a little bit, but
I try to give you a genuine compliment.
Well, we're trying different things because TikTok is all about short videos that are meant to dummy down, and
we're long and
we
intellectual.
put like 16-hour videos. On there. No, that's not. It's just, we put longer clips in there. Actually,
you're getting some views, right?
But we use our own audio because, on TikTok, you got to use like the songs and stuff.
Right.
But we try to use our own audio and make them sounds that other people can use.
Check some of that out because it's pretty cool. Chase, the one we watched, we actually thoroughly enjoyed it. It's him he's taking some of the best of the old STF podcast and lip syncing it and acting it out. And it actually worked pretty daggone good. It gives it a feeling again. And that made me feel like just dumping all this crap and just going back to regular podcasting.
Well, if you haven't checked out, we've been, bringing some of our nostalgia back is this, like the clip that came out today about Romy's loud prayer.
Man.
That video was out. I think that one will be on TikTok too,
so
where you
good.
can pull some sound from it.
When
Jordan tells the story of how Romy prays, it was pretty good.
No
You done one with Tie to Fly yet?
But you see what I mean?
Legends.
We're glad that we haven't lost our audience. We still have those core people, except for Susan Groshans. They're still looking for everybody.
Cold Case Files. Let's get them on the
Robbie Cruz, Grant Shook, Seth Miller.
Hey, speaking of Grant, didn't he just have a? See, this is how personable we try to get with our
They're like a family.
friends.
They're like a family. It's 80,000 member strong
he just
family.
had a birthday. Grant Shook this. So shout out.
Oh, this is for you, Grant. So, Chase just passed gas. I was going to play I was going to play the happy birthday song.
Do it again. Do it. Try it again.
All right.
Here we go.
You did it.
All right. No, I didn't do it that time. All right, but you see right there. There's Alan. And
That one is actually uncut, where it's got separate samples.
Oh my god!
So I'll just go ahead and pause that one right there.
But we appreciate everybody for hanging in there with us.
Brent.
And remember, you can't spell Brent without rent.
That is awesome.
I'm gonna have to use that.
Don't mean you got to pay it. Nah, dude.
Yes, you do.
CDC says you did, but then the Supreme Court said you did.
Right.
So, all
I
right.
love my Supreme Court.
Thanks to
Keep going, SCOTUS.
all of our other sponsors, from Northwest
Bland
Regional
Fishery.
Hospice Care Group of Northwest Louisiana.
Yep.
And,
Called them today. Fish.
Billy
Bland
Bland
Fishery.
Fishery. We got.
We got. Dude, you better call up Grant Shook.
Cottonwood Farm Design Company.
Boom. About to go public. I think he'll put Etsy out.
I hope so.
He told me that when
Hey,
I put a lot of money in it. So he better not be lying.
I invested in that like my mattress.
Hey,
baby.
we did just repaint our house on the inside.
Yeah, you did.
And
Grant gonna give you some
we need that. We need that overstock, babe. I'll send back what I don't want.
But we appreciate everybody for hanging in there. Remember, if you got any rapid fire questions you want to submit, don't forget to like, share, comment, all that good stuff.
Subscribe.
Just reach out to us. We're always going to have.
That's right.
We always love to talk to everybody. And if you want to be on the show, don't even talk to us about that.
Yeah, and I think we need to have Rebecca on as a guest because she has been steadily roasting about coronavirus.
Oh yeah,
That'll be a fun-filled episode.
oh yeah. We need to get her.
We'll do COVID trivia. Because I guarantee you will not remember everything from last year.
Right. Oh yeah. Or I
Try
was
to think
thinking
back.
about this.
I saved some of the videos from last year during March and April. Yeah. I've got those. And
or which
to say like, what is he going to say next? Like Fauci or somebody? Yeah. I've got that.
Or which parent from a kid at school said this post?
And which person replied?
All of them.
And it went viral.
And it went straight coronavirus.
It was news enough. I don't look at Facebook anymore, except for STF page. I was woken up to the news. Did you see blah blah's post?
We're not even going to get into that anymore.
It was interesting,
but it was great. But thanks
Teach
again.
his own freedom.
Thanks again
America.
for tuning in
Hashtag.
to old Small Town Famous. Brent, you know the tagline. We're Small Town Famous, and we are out.
Hey, that's good.
That was
I
good.
bet we don't have a song. Let me see if we have a song. Do we have a song?
Do we?
I don't know. Hold on. Let me see. We do have.
Not saying it.
If you press a button, I'm gone.
So close. Okay.
It ain't
What do
gonna
you
work. Ready? You can just fade this out.
How do I fade it out?
How you fade it out? You do this. That wasn't it.
It ain't even over.
Oh, you want to try it again?
thought it was over?
You want to try it again? Let's play it out on Brent. Ready? Let's play it out.